I cannot cook for a man. I cannot wash a man's clothes. I cannot clean the house because I aspire to be a billionaire's wife.
You shut your mouth, fatty. The Rock will come out there and slap the herpes off your lips.
Disclaimer. The videos portrayed in this... Disclaimer. The videos I'm going to show you in this episode are meant... Wetu anze tuna video number 1. Sitaki story mingi. Haya. Now, have you ever asked yourself, what is rage bait? Rage bait inakwaga. Have you ever heard the word rage bait? Your word inakwaga very much. So what is rage bait? Now, rage bait, these are videos or statements or pictures that are meant to provoke anger or just to piss you off. Okay? These videos are actually targeted towards getting you to give those people engagement. Why am I still talking? I don't know this video number 1. Please, msikasirike sana. Brace yourself.
Men who are raised by their fathers and they came from 2-parent household, they are the worst kind of men, especially if their father came from Generation Silent, Generation Boomer, and Generation X. If your father came from those 3 generations, you are the worst kind of a man. You are the type of men who rape women and children. Yes, do your research. Men who rape women and children are men who are raised by their fathers and they came from 2-parent household.
Yeah. Sita jam. Anataka to jam, but atuta jam. Now, we all know very well. I've done multiple videos like this. We have seen the type of people who do the most crimes, the type of families they come from. We can tell. And we also know the type of people who are the most successful, especially in the society. Most of them are talking from households in Akaje. Unanisikia? Now, we continue with the rage bait. Natika tu mjishikilia, hatu pause kwa sababu najua sasa imekasirika hata wengine wenyewe mshapiga screen na simu. Relax. We continue.
Men who commit GBV, gender-based violence, and they beat their wives, they are the men who are raised by their fathers and they came from 2-parent household. Men who control women and men who don't know how to treat women correctly are men who came from 2-parent household and they were raised by their dads.
Now, most of you are new subscribers here and I appreciate you for being new. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. My name is the Big Bad Ogre. Nimekuwa nikifanya videos all them before. I've done multiple videos all them before. And I had said I'd stop because I thought she's talking sense, but clearly hajaikuwa na sense kwa akili yake ever. Okay? Now, akisema men who commit GBV, they are controlling and they do not respect women. What she's really meaning, translation is, these men do not let women get away with their bullshit. They do not let women get away with playing with them. They do not get tricked. They do not get manipulated. Okay? These are men who are secure in their masculinity. Okay? They know what they want. They understand how they want their family to run. And they actually put their foot down. Wakisema ni hivi. Unajua venye men, sometimes men wanadatingi weak women who control them. Anamwambia anafanya hii. Umale maboyo wenye wachikimdema amemwambia, mimi, wewe uko insecure, mbona uniamini niende club? I'm just going to dance with my friends. Tunaenda trip Naivasha. Ni safari rally. Kazini yangu zote tunaenda na yeye. Mbona uko insecure? Those type of men wenye easily to get tricked. Now, when they find a man mwenye atakiza ujinga kimwambia kwanza ufai kuvaa hivi, ukienda hapa hivi jua tumeachana na wewe, ukijipresent ni kama wewe ni poko, jua uko single. Those type of men ndio wanaita controlling. Those are type of men wanaita men who do not respect women. Basically, these are just men who do not get manipulated easily. These are men who set their foot down and wanaitonga controlling. And GBV, utachikate GBV squeeze inaikuwa category ati ya shouting at your wife. Yo ni GBV. So you need to have verbal violence. Fuck out of here.
And they were raised by their dads. Men who commit femicide and murder, they are the men who were raised by their fathers and they came from 2-parent household. Do your research even in courts. Go listen to those cases. You will see it is always the men who are raised by their dads and they came from two-parent household are the ones who commit big crimes.
All of us know it's a lie. Everyone, including their mother, know this is a lie. Kwa sababu tunajua men who commit the most crimes wanatoka from single mother household. Tunajua kitu. Tunaelewa hizi vitu vizuri, tunajua. Na kuna mtu elewi kitu, tunajua vizuri. Kwa sababu tunajua most of those men wanatoka kwa single mother household hawanaga discipline, because hakunanga ile masculine figure ya kuonesha discipline, ya kuset discipline. They have no one to look up to. Kwa sababu kitu moja tunajua, na hii is a fact, women cannot be nurturers and still be disciplinarians at the same time. They can either be nurturers ama wakwe disciplinarian, but they cannot do both. But men naturally tunakuanga disciplinarians, because sisi ndo tunaenda kwa world, sisi ndo tunapitia world, sisi ndo tunajua world venye iko. We understand the way the world is for the man. So sasa hii experience yetu ndo tuna pass on kwa mtoto wetu. Sisi hatutambembeleza, tutampush. We've seen videos za, okay, let me speak for myself. I have seen a video. Kuna kijana kwa NBA anaitwa Lavar Ball, Lavar, Lavar Ball. Sawa. When Lavar Ball alikuwa teenager, kijana mdogo, babake alikuwa na mforce aende acheze bake. Hakuwa anataka kucheza basketball, but the father made sure huyu atacheza bake, apende asipende. Alikuwa anamwamsha masaa hataki kuamka, alikuwa na mforce anaka extra hours kwa court, even though kijana yako anataka, because ina build nini? Discipline. That's the example I've seen. And tumeona pia video mingi sana zenye mababa wengi tunajua wamekokoleza watoto wao, vina watoto wao wanaenda kutokea. We know very well. For some reasons sijuangi mbona watoto wanatokanga kwa single mother household. Men especially do not respect women. You would expect them to be the most respectful of all kwa wanawake. You would expect them to be the most nurturing, the most caring of all. But for some weird reason, au wanaenda pingi tu kwa either walevi, either kwa wezi, ama kwenda kwa bakaji, ama wanakuwa tuna kahasira fulani kwa sababu wanakuwa na emotions. Jela imejaa watoto wametoka kwa single mother household. That's a fact. Okay, not saying ati sasa watoto wametoka kwa both parents household they are innocent, they are angels. I'm not saying that. But ukiangalia majority the probability, once you look at the numbers, it is clear to see that most crimes are committed by boys ama women when atoka kwa single mother household. Mapoko wengi ukiangalia vizuri either ni single mothers ama they were raised by single mothers. That's a fact. Na anajua kitu, but because anataka kutu provoke emotionally, kwa sababu anataka engagement, ndo anapostingizi takataka kama hizi. You get what I'm saying? Chani endelee tumalize video.
Men who have failed marriages, they are the men who were raised by their fathers and they came from two-parent household. You have a failed marriage and you came from two-parent household. These are the men who have baby daddy issues, baby mama, whatever the case.
The marriage is failed because the woman they married did not come from a good family. So they had issues coming from their childhood. They had issues coming from their parents when they got married. No man, your marriage iliharibika. So you cannot just blame it on the man. But huwezi elewa, kwa sababu she's a fake feminist. Wachikoli ma feminist Kenya yenye wanachuki wanaume, now they call themselves feminist. She's one of those. Very annoying.
Alright? I have never seen a man who was raised by a single mother raping a child or raping woman or raping women. I have never seen such. Do your research and you'll tell me. And that should tell you who is the problem in this society and who is not.
You saw how she snuck ameingiza hatred for men hapo. So men are the problem of society, men. Unajua? I wonder if these women actually know how the society would be without men. You know, they think this thing is fun. They think, we will never get to that point. Sadly, we will never get to that point. But siku moja tu wanaume wakaamua tu for 1 week to collect tu pesa, to collect tu food, yani to collect kitu tunaweza supplies za tusaidia for 1 week. Na Kenya yote wanaume wamua tu tokia tu wendi mahali tunakaa wanawake wa run. Utaona venye vitu mingi sana zitago helter skelter. Vitu mingi sana zitaharibika. If men were to disappear kwa hiyo earth for 1 month, tutarudi tutapata mademo waliuana, walikufa wenyewe kwa wenyewe. But now I've told you, now You think that's the only video niko na about rage bait. I have another one. Let's go.
I don't know how to say this without sounding ungrateful for somebody who was raised by both parents. But I wish our fathers knew how much we as their children resent them. How we resent them and how we hate how they treated our moms. How irresponsible they were as fathers with misplaced priorities. How bad they were as parents and the bad example they have set for our brothers. How they have wrecked our view and our experience with men. And we have to spend a lot of money as children to go to therapy and heal and do better. I wish our African fathers knew that.
God. Nipe nguvu. Ooh, give me strength to do this video. Sawa. Now, TikTok, of late I've noticed there's this high rise of men hating content on TikTok. I promise you cannot find a male version of this on TikTok. If a man was to go on TikTok, saina seme how much they hate their mothers, how much their mothers damaged them. I haven't seen a video kaa hii ya Kenya. Hakuna. Kwa sababu, first of all, amadem wanajifanyanga very empowered, very strong, very headstrong. Wenye wanajionanga ko strong mentally. Wana wanakimbianga wanaenda kuripoti hizo video. Hano wanakimbianga wanasema this is bad for the platform. Toa, how can he speak about women like that? But of late kuna very high rise of women hating men openly on TikTok. Na sijui mbona inakubalika. Okay? Now, you'd think mtu kaa huyu atakuwa grateful for what the father has done. Kwa sababu, let me tell you, I used to judge my dad when I was young. I used to judge mwanaume ka kitu ingine. Until now, I'm doing the things my dad used to do and I'm like, man, I respect you. Na mpigiaga tu simu kumwambia mse na kuheshimu for what you did. Kwa sababu we understand the sacrifices you have to make. Bro, you understand. Unaelewa. Unamka tu budako alikuwa ganiki ya tu moja imechapa. Unashindwa mzee kwani uwezi nunua viatu mpya na unakuwa gawira. Sasa hiyo ni wewe. Uko na hiyo kiatu na unaiva comfortably kila siku. Unatoka unaona chomwa na jua uko na grind uko hivyo. Just so you can make people, watu wa familia yako happy. Una sacrifice so much of your life only for them to grow up wakwe failures. Wanatanot wenyewe kwa failures kwa sababu baba yake, you can only do so much for your children. Kuna mali unafika ni wewe unajua usimami for on your own. Wameshindwa kusimama on their own. So what do? They start blaming the father instead of being grateful. Oh, the mom is the victim. Siliwambia kawaida, you don't know what you did to our mom. You don't know what you did to our brothers. Really? And now you wonder why some men inafikanga hata mahali yanatoka yanajitoa. Ni deadbeat, I don't care. Kwa sababu if you as a man itafika stage watoto wako wenye umesacrifice ya kila kitu yako wakuja anze kuongea hivi, utaja kujuza mbona kutoroka kwa familia kitambo. Why didn't you leave your family behind kitambo? This is a grown ass woman by the way, anaongea hivi. We continue.
I wish they knew that we are only taking care of them out of duty, not because we care that much, and by the mere fact that they are still married to our mothers. If they were not, we wouldn't give a damn.
The same way your fathers took care of you because of duty. Because if you were to ask them, if wangetaka hiyo pesa watumie kufanya vitu zenye wanataka, they would not have given a damn about you as the family as well. Two can play that game. I just want to open your eyes, you men. Muone mapema what awaits you kombele. And the way the world inakuanga grateful, especially madem. Kwa sababu wanaingia internet wanaanza kuona hateful videos, hateful. The next thing they know, they start finding a problem that was not there before. Now they start finding problems, and you know, hii dunia, whatever you look for, you will find it. Kitote unatafuta na roho moja utafind it. It was also said in the Bible, knock and it shall be open. Seek and you shall find. Hello.
And I wish how some of them knew that even if they died, we wouldn't miss them. I wish they knew that. I wish they knew that. We smile with them, we give them money, we buy them stuff, we build them houses just because we want to see our mothers happy. And I wish our African moms knew that we would have been fine, and we wish they would have left when they had a chance. But now it's too late. It's too late. I wish they left. The kids will have been fine. They will have slept on the floor. They will have eaten 1 meal a day. They will have been sent off from school for school fees. But the one thing they will have had was peace.
You must be the dumbest woman nishaiona kwa internet. How can you be at peace when you're eating 1 meal a day? How can you be at peace when umefukuzwa school fees, watoto wengine wakiendelea kusoma? How can you be at peace mukilala kwa floor while babako mwenye ametoa kuwanunulia kitanda na net na anawapea chakula vizuri? Privilege is invisible to those who have it. Okay. This is why sometimes I side with men who leave their families behind. I'm not lying. Nichukie for that. But I understand where they're coming from. Oh, ati deadbeat. Rather be a deadbeat and be happy. Be at peace. Than kurizma takataka kama hizi zitakuja ziku disrespect uko hivyo mbele. After you sacrifice your life. After you've wasted your life taking care of ungrateful children. Afu pati hata watoto wakuwa wako to begin with. Fuck out of here, man. Zini nini hizi?
Because most of our African fathers were nothing but chaos. Chaos 24/7. The little times you had peace, you can only count. It breaks my heart when I see men saying, oh, I wish you were like our mothers. These modern women, they don't want to be our mothers. I'm like, you guys have no idea half of what your mothers go through. The only people they get to tell is us, the women. And that's why majority of us are not married early. We do not have children because our mothers have given us the blueprint.
Now I have a question, okay? So you're not married and you do not have children, okay? Are any of you virgins? Are any of you virgins? Okay? Did you guys decide to preserve yourself until you fell? Because men are dangerous, men are bad, right? Did any of you decide to close your legs for any men? No, you don't. So you'd rather have fun getting fucked, getting hard, men using you, men having their way with you, but never marrying you or never taking you serious. You'd rather do that. You'd rather use your punani, mwende mpate do, mwende mpate experiences, mwende mpate sijui, inaitwa nini, jobs, mwende mpate kitu yote mnataka kutumia mwili zenyu in the name of fun. But ikikuja ni kupata bwana mtaki, ikikuja ni kupata watoto mtaki, patiri mdinyo. Ama mazenyu pia najua venye mnajipeana kwa wanaume kadhaa. Because baba, I'm sure your mothers did not have as much bodies as you women have. That I'm sure of. But sasa nyinyi mmejipatia na mama yenyewe anajua wanaume mnalalanga nao. Mama yenyewe anajua kama nyumba ngapi mmeingia nyinyi. Wanajua mmepanule wanaume wangapi miguu. Wanajua. Fuck off. Ipo ni mothers mchinga.
Of what it means to be married to a stupid, useless man. I get those DMs every day. And I was like, should I say it? Because I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful to have both my parents. But at the end of the day, a lot of them were just there to be seen. But their contribution is very minimal at best. For those who had good parents, good fathers, who are responsible, kind, gentle, very nice, sweet, they treated your moms well, they were calm, they were responsible and were good fathers and active participant in your family, good for you. As for the rest of us, they did what they could.
Why don't you have a baby? Find that man, have a baby. Leave the man. Raise the kid by yourself. Show us what your mother could have done. So you wanted your mother to do the same thing. Why don't you do it? Set an example for other women. Show them that it can be done. Because, they speak game, but they never actually play the game. They speak a lot of game. Oh, we would make better mothers than our mothers. But they never get pregnant. Si ashike mtoto, amrezo mtoto kivyake, atuprovie. Aprovie di mamake za mama hivi ndo ungefanya. Haku example kwa watu wengine, but haezi. Kazi yake ni kupitishwa tu kutoka this man to this man to that man to that man, but atakuja hapa anze kucomplain juu baba yake, venye baba yake alikuwa baba mbaya na mama yake alikuwa mama mjinga, but yeye hataizi kuprovia, haizi enda pale hivyo waoneshe hivi ndio inaifanywa, because they are stupid, bro.
That's all for today. And for anybody who has been raised by a dysfunctional family or in a dysfunctional family, do the work. You don't want to live the rest of your life hating your parents and now making choices just by being rebellious, not things that you actually
like you. Kama wewe sasa.
Do the work, heal, forgive your parents, and let it go. Because now it's too late. You are in your 40s. You're not going to blame your parents forever. Okay? I said what I said.
But you're the one who's blaming your parents forever. And in your 40, ya utaipata watoto. At least, to save. You've saved the world. Because watu wajinga kama nyinyi wakipata watoto, they end up damaging the kids. So it's good. Thank God you never gave birth. Umetusaidia sana. You've saved us. You've saved your whole generation. Juu ujinga na upuzi yako. Because ya kuwa one-sided na vitu za ujinga. But thank God. Tunataka wajinga wengine ishi na wao. Taki ujinga endelee kutoka hapo hivyo. Sawa.
I said what I said.
Good. She said what she said. Sawa. Those are the type of rage bait content zenye zinaonekanaga sana. Sawa. And those are just the two video. Kuna zingine mbili bado ameongelea venye how she was jealous of children when walikuwa na both, walikuwa na single mothers, yani the kids were single mothers. Ama niwacheze niache ku explain. This is the last video.
Guys, this is kind of something weird to say, but growing up when I was a child, I used to low-key admire those people who were brought up by one parent, especially a mom. Like those people who grew up in homes with only moms was so much fun. Like when I go and visit them, it was just fun, kicking, and they had stories with their mom, especially those who grew up with their mom and had like a really tight relationship with their moms. It was so fun. I don't know, guys. I also just admire people who were brought up by one parent.
Yes. Do you know who made everything happen behind the scenes? The father. He paid the rent. He provided the food. To some extent, he made sure the family was safe. To some extent. So, you going to kiki ha 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 looking and admiring that life. There was another man playing a big role and a big part behind the scene. Who this mother never wanted to be seen. Pale. How?
I can't relate to that. But I just think like they have really such a tight relationship with their mothers or their fathers if they were raised by fathers. And I low-key was like, I wish this was my life.
Why don't you have a kid and give your kid the life which you should have been given by your parents? Yo izifanya. Now, as I finish the video, I just want to tell you something. Most women these days, they post rage bait content. They are just baiting you to take the bait by them saying very nonsensical things in a video. I will not even call them content because there's no creativity there. They know once they say something stupid like, oh, men who rape and kill children come from both parents, they know you will go to say how she's wanajua, you will engage with that. So me, I'm telling you now, do not engage with that. Once you see some rage bait content, either you can finish the video ama you can just see, understand ni rage bait and cross it over. Do not like it, do not comment on it, do not give your energy to this type of videos. Sawa? Because these are people who are miserable. And if there's one thing, misery loves its company. And these people actually get joy from just sitting in their house and reading hateful comments which come from strangers, especially men. Because in their head, they think they've achieved something from triggering who? You, the man. So now you are wise. Focus on content that makes you grow. That makes you at least unafeel nika nimelani kitu, nimegrow vizuri hapa hivi, instead of engaging with useless content like these ones. So, above all, both of us are important. Well, what I mean by both of us is men and the women. We complement each other. The dad is the disciplinarian, the mom is the nurturer, and our child, they need both parents because they play a big role without even you knowing they play that big role. Later on in life, not to understand. But for now, take care of your seed and take care of your mind. Do not be triggered easily na madem loose na madem wajinga ama vipi? Like the video, comment something, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Big Bad Oga out.
If you were to change something in men, what would it be?
The fact that like they feel like they are so entitled to women. Yeah, like a woman has to have a man to be stable, and like yeah.
Do you think women need men?
No,
You don't.
no.
So why?
I feel like they can do everything a man can do, and they can do it on their own.
Hey, you can do anything a man can do. What can you do that a man cannot do?
I can't think about it right now.